Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to Courageously Kind. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Liz.
And we are so happy that you're here with us today. Today's episode is all about mindfulness. What is mindfulness, why it's important, and how we can apply it to our lives. Liz, how would you read us the definition of mindfulness?
So, the definition reads, the quality or state of being conscious or aware of something.
Conscious or aware. Ooh, that's good.
So good.
That's a heady definition right there. That's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot, but I think it
Encapsulates it.
Yeah.
For sure. So, today specifically, we're going to be talking about living in the moment. Not dwelling on the past, not worrying about the future, but being here
100% present.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
tough.
That is so tough, especially this day and age.
Yeah. Where we have the world in our back pocket
Absolutely.
on that screen.
It can be very difficult, but I truly believe that being mindful and being present can help us reduce stress and anxiety. It can help us think more clearly, and it can even help us better understand our emotions.
Definitely.
So let's talk a little bit about being aware of our past, but not dwelling on it.
Yeah.
The quote we posted on our Instagram says something about, if you must look back on the past, do so forgivingly.
I love that quote.
It's amazing, and it just sort of ties into our theme of being kind to ourselves.
Yeah.
I have written down here, I have some notes that I'm reading from, and I have written down here that you didn't know then what you know now. I don't know why that struck me or why that stuck with me, but I think it's important to know that when looking back on our past, oftentimes I think we get not ahead of ourselves, but I think we get sort of wrapped up in the fact, like, oh, I would have done things differently.
Right. I should have done this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda is awful.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You didn't know then what you know now. You have knowledge that was not available to you when you did whatever you did in your past that you're dwelling on.
Right.
So,
Forgive yourself.
forgive
man.
yourself. You didn't know then what you knew now.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great reminder of don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up.
Exactly. You are a different person. You've grown, you've changed, and that's the point.
Yeah. I like
That's
the
life.
idea, too, of stop talking to yourself so negatively.
You would never talk to someone else
Right.
the way you talk to
never
yourself.
talk to a friend or a family member who was focused on something they did.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like we give the best advice, but we never take our own advice. Yeah. So that's a little bit about forgetting about your past.
Yeah.
Not forgetting about your past, but not dwelling on it.
Letting go.
Letting go.
So we're going to let go of the past and move into the present.
What an amazing segue.
I try. So it is super hard to stay in the present, of course, when we have so much of the past to keep thinking about.
Absolutely.
But I found this article. It's from positivityblog.com, and it's 5 very simple tips on how to stay completely present. So the first one is single task your work.
Love that.
Yeah.
Great way to stay organized.
Yeah. Stop multitasking and doing 12 different things at one time. Devote all your time and energy to one thing at a time. Another tip, they said, if you have to multitask, set aside like an hour and only multitask for that 60 minutes.
Yeah. I love that. It's a great way to not get ahead of yourself and to make sure that you're completing things. And so then you don't have to worry about the past or the future.
Right. The second one is do it slowly. I don't know about you, but I'm always in a rush to get stuff done.
Yeah, and
You
for
know?
what? Even if I'm not busy?
Right.
I'm still in a rush.
Right. I'm like, I gotta get ready for my day. Maybe I have to go somewhere. Maybe I have to get the bag packed.
Right.
You know? So taking time, even if it means waking up a little earlier, take the time to do it slowly, to appreciate the small parts of your day.
Appreciate the progress, the
Yeah.
process.
Love.
But progress works too.
Yeah. So the third one is tell yourself, now I am. Now this seemed a little silly when I read this. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But telling yourself, okay, right now I'm sitting with you and we're having a conversation. It can sometimes bring you out of your own head and bring you back to where you are.
I love that.
Yeah. The fourth one is minimize what you let into your head early in the day.
This is so important.
I struggle with this so much.
I do too.
First thing I do when I get up, look at my phone.
Look at those socials.
Yeah. Check Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Who's doing what? Has the world
What's going on?
Yet, you know? So maybe you put your phone in the bathroom, maybe turn it off. Choose something that you love to do. Maybe if you read a book, your favorite TV show, you listen to music, and try and supplement that constant information with something that brings you joy.
Love it. Great way to set the tone for your day.
Yeah. And the fifth one kind of sums all of them up, and it's reconnect with here and now. So we're not always going to be 100% present. You know, there's going to be times when we have to think about tomorrow, or we have to think about something in the past. But reconnecting and bringing yourself back to the present is saying, you know what, that was then, this is now, I'm going to try. You know, just try.
Yeah, it's a practice.
It's a practice.
You're not going to be perfect at it.
Right.
It'll get easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just bringing yourself back is so important.
Absolutely. So, those were great. I love those tips for staying present. We also have to think about our future. And I think something that a lot of people struggle with now especially is worrying about the future. There's so much that's uncertain.
Yeah.
There's so much that is not guaranteed. And while that sounds scary, I think you could also look at it as nothing's guaranteed. So even though I'm worried that I'm going to fail that test or that I'm going to have a horrible day, that's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's not certain.
Mm-hmm.
I think we give ourselves too much credit when we worry and we think about worst case scenario. You know?
Right. Yeah.
We get too ahead of ourselves. We need to stop living for the future and start living for right now. We don't have to wait until we finish that class or we get to summer or we get to that vacation.
Or we get that job.
Or we get
or
that
we
job.
Get the car. Or
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait for those things to be happy. We can find happiness and we can find joy and fulfillment right now. It's going to take a little work and a little practice.
But we can do it. We can do hard things.
We can do hard things. I love that quote. Love
Speaking of hard things, it's time for our kindfulness challenge.
it. Ooh.
So this week, very basic. If you catch yourself becoming distracted, pull yourself back and start again.
I love that.
So this could look different for everyone.
Yeah.
Some of the ways we can do it are turning off your phone when you're talking to your friends.
Yes.
Maybe you're talking to your friends on the phone, but if you have the ability to talk in person, turn your phone off. Put it down.
Yeah. Devote your time to that person.
Yeah,
I think it'll make for a more meaningful conversation.
definitely. The other one is to appreciate the mundane tasks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Appreciate getting your cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Or your nighttime routine before you go to bed.
Fall in love with your commute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very simple ways that we can just bring ourselves back through gratitude
Yeah.
and through mindfulness to live in the present.
And it can bring us a little joy, too.
Definitely can.
Wow. Amazing. So amazing. So before we go, just a reminder to live in the moment.
Yes.
And we'll be sure to take our own advice too.
Definitely.
Quick little update on t-shirts. We have found a distributor. We're going to be meeting with the distributor very soon, and hopefully those t-shirts will be out very shortly. They're going to say, "Be courageously kind," with our little lion. And yeah, if you'd like a t-shirt, you can message us on Instagram at Courageously Kind Podcast, or you can shoot us an email at courageouslykindpodcast@gmail.com. That's a mouthful. But t-shirts will be out very, very soon.
Very exciting.
I'm so excited. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our episode on mindfulness. We also have an episode on kindness. If you haven't listened to that one already, be sure to check that one out. And
remember to be courageously kind.
You can do it.
We can do hard things.
We love you. We're proud of you.
You are enough.
You are so loved. Have a great week, everybody. And we will see you back here next week.